What is going on? Welcome back to Financial Journey. So today we're going to talk to you about NIO. Give you a quick overview of some of the data points, break it down on what is really influencing it, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So NIO is down 2.52%, 401 the low, 412 the high. So you are seeing a lot of volatility, not really stemming from NIO itself, rather it's just piggybacking off of the broader market. Broader market is pulling back because of two things. One is CPI. So CPI is coming out in the States on Wednesday. And so you do see the forecast right now being 2.9%. So a lot of analysts are starting to kind of say that even if it comes in line with the forecast, it is still very high. So potentially a lose-lose scenario. So that's one thing that's really affecting the broader market. And then aside from that, so Biden proposes new export curbs on AI chips. So that's dampening the whole AI and tech sector today. So a lot of that's pulling the market back. Even though if you think about it, this is just more of a short-term kind of thing, because if Trump really wanted, he could easily just try to take this off the table, and from Biden trying to destroy whatever is left in his term for 7 more days or something like that. But today there isn't anything related to NIO, so no SEC filings, no press releases, no even speculative topics, no rumors. So it is legitimately just following the technicals. But when it comes down to the technicals, shorts are trying to really hit it hard. So right now, shorts are increasing 7.07 million shares. 11.87% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 158 million shares. So shorts haven't really done all that much in a while, almost like a good 2 weeks that they've increased significantly first thing. Then they kind of taper off. And so they've happened like time and time again doing it in that fashion. So the fact that they are increasing 7.07 right now is kind of abnormal. So let me know your viewpoint on that. Regarding options, 2.28 million in calls, 2.3 million in puts. 51% of all the options being done today are bearish in nature. And today is somewhat in line with at least the last couple days. So today so far is at 4.5 million for total premiums. Friday was 4.7, Thursday 6.5. So it's just getting kind of, again, just subpar interest coming from like institutions and whatever else. And you can kind of see that based on this as well. So only one transaction occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. Regrettably, it was a sell for 242. So big money still not really buying the NIO dip. Of the call options that are being purchased though, oddly, you see a lot of optimism. So you see a good consensus for it to be above $5. And when it comes down to as far as catalysts, I know they have the actual registration numbers coming out, but aside from that, I'm not really aware of anything to really justify for it to be above that $5 range. So if there is something, let me know. And on a side note, that's actually why I brought up, I think it was last week, the fact that NIO has a lot going on and they've unveiled a lot of good things recently. But as far as new things that the market can kind of digest, there's not really all that much. So I think it's just kind of stuck in limbo, registration numbers, or just maybe speculative topics in the future. That's what NIO can kind of look forward to. But still, $5 is anticipated based on the bulls. Bears are anticipating for it to be sub 350, so more of a technical breakdown. Right now, though, with the F407, it is trading between this S1 and the S2. So 395 is going to be the next strong support. Just watch for that. I think that shorts' end goal is to break it below that. Then that way, 366 will be the next strong support. But $4.13 is that next strong target / resistance point. Kind of bounced off that general area, so 412 the high for today so far. So again, I think it's following the technicals for the most part. You just have the bigger players really trying to bet against NIO and bring it down. No new analyst ratings, nothing along those lines. And today, based on the technicals, you see it very oversold from the stochastic RSI. But it is below the ALMA, below all the key pivotal moving averages that I generally like to look at. So this is just a somewhat of a extreme breakdown, but nonetheless, this is just a very significant pullback with NIO. So I think a lot of even bulls right now on social media, they are forecasting for it to be kind of high threes. So let me know your thoughts on that. As I've stated, that's going to be the next opportunity that I take to really buy with for NIO. And because honestly, who's going to say no at that $3 range? Like, that's absolutely insane if anyone is at like saying no to that. And even at the same fashion, I get it. A lot of people say like, why are shorts increasing? It's because big money doesn't want to buy. But if it gets to that $3 range, I think that is going to be a fair value given everything that NIO has going on. At that $3 range, that might really incentivize more actual like buying coming from big money. And even possibly even coming from a macro standpoint, in China they do have some pretty big data coming out this Thursday, so that could really spark some of the Chinese stocks to really move higher. So again, that's something maybe to kind of keep in mind, and possibly some of the bulls that are doing options might be factoring that in on a side note. But let me know your thoughts on NIO. Are you buying the dip? Are you selling? Are you doing options? What are you doing with NIO? And like I mentioned, when it comes down to the bulls anticipating for it to go higher, why do you think that is? Do you think it's going to be more of a technical recovery? Do you think it is an actual specific catalyst? So what's your overall thoughts on that? One final thing, pop over to my Patreon where I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers. Even the day trade that I put out for this one right here, when it was at exactly $5 or $5.40 pre-market, I said that this was a good buy. Good entry was around that $5 range, and then the exit would be at $7. Had a high of $12.48. So definitely I put out a lot of good day trades, swing trades, and just long-term investments. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.